Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Report with Tripp and the Juice Man. How's everybody doing out there?
What's the word, Bird? Everybody.
So look, real quick, we had a couple technical difficulties last night for our broadcast of Straight Talk No Chase. We apologize for that. I'm trying to get this equipment down packed.
Working it all self.
It's my first time trying to deal with this type of equipment.
Producing, broadcasting.
So bear with me. We're getting better every week. Juice Man, what's going on?
Nothing, man. I'm chilling. Midday Report. This is actually kind of cool. Nice different setting today.
Yeah, it's actually the same place we were in last night.
But it's relaxing, man. It's just I'm lower. I'm close to the ground. And I'm grounded.
Right. So got a lot of stuff going on in the news. We covered a lot last night, but like I said, that was a lost cause. So the audio was horrible. So we just canned the whole episode. So we'll get to the topics today.
Some of them.
So real quick, first thing I want to get into today is that Who Killed Malcolm X documentary on Netflix.
That's pretty good.
Off the top, I gotta say it was a really good show. I was actually shocked because I didn't think that you would get that type of context from a mainstream company like Netflix.
Oh no, Netflix is pretty diverse with how they do things. Like they have something for everybody. They got something for potheads, they got something for gay people, they got something for black people, they got something for soccer moms. They got something for everybody.
Yeah, I'll give them that.
Pretty diverse.
I will give them that. This was definitely not the usual yellow journalism that you get out of most of these mainstream companies. So
why do you think that is on Netflix?
I actually don't know.
Probably because are they independent?
What does that mean? I mean, they're one of the highest traded stocks on the market. So I mean,
how independent can you be?
Yeah, what does that even mean? But anyway, so what'd you think of it?
I thought it was good. I thought it was well put together. I thought a lot of people, I think if you look at it objectively, you can get positives and negatives from it. If you're looking for, a lot of people are talking about the NOI. But I think last night's show, we kind of took a different angle. Pause. We took a different angle. We kind of understood where both sides were coming from. We have the utmost respect for Malcolm, but at the same time, we had the utmost respect for the Honorable Elijah Muhammad.
Yeah, definitely.
And you can kind of see where the riff was, but you can also see the infiltration that fueled that riff.
Yeah, you can see it. I mean, like I said, I take a bit of a different stance than most people. Like a lot of people I saw, they were saying, oh, the NOI definitely did it, and the NOI is this and the NOI is that. But a lot of times we don't look at things objectively. You know, we kind of look at Malcolm X, and I love Malcolm X, by the way, but we kind of look at Malcolm X as this Christ-like figure, like he walks on water and like he didn't do anything like wrong in the situation, and I think that needs to be analyzed. I mean, if I had to take a side back then, I would have probably took the side of Elijah Muhammad as well, only because number one, he told Malcolm X not to say anything about the president. Right. Malcolm X took it upon himself to say something about the president. Granted, of course, Malcolm X was correct about what he said, but when you're playing this game, especially the type of game that Elijah Muhammad was playing, like he sees what he's dealing with. Look what he built already, right?
Right.
You have to play chess. You can't just, and me of all people saying this, but you can't just
can't just what?
You can't just ramble off.
Oh my God!
You can't just veer off from the goal. You know what I mean? You can't just do that.
So if someone tells you shut the fuck up,
it depends on who says it.
If I tell you shut the fuck up.
I mean, if
there's something going on and you know it's bigger than you, you're basically saying, if this is a situation, this is a moment that's bigger than me, chill. Or
sort of, yeah.
Or are you saying?
I'm saying Malcolm X didn't rank above Elijah Muhammad in the Nation of Islam.
Right, you have a chain of command.
Elijah Muhammad didn't grow an old man for no reason.
Right.
He didn't grow to be an old successful man for no reason. So when he told him to chill, he should have just chilled. But no, he didn't chill. He went off and said what he said about Kennedy. So he got silenced. After he silences the man, now Malcolm X is running around telling people about all the people that Elijah Muhammad's sleeping with. Like, come on, who does that? If any dude was running around here, me and you friends, you get mad at me and you go and start telling everybody, oh, I'm sleeping with this girl, I'm sleeping with that girl. I'm gonna have a problem with you too. Like, that's.
In Devil's Advocate, though, you go off. Their whole premise was based off their moral compass and how they stand up, how they are upright black man, and you're moving forward and you're not stopping and you're cleaning yourself up and you're cleaning your act up and this is your family and this is your woman.
But that's just rhetoric for the masses, bro. I mean, George Washington preached freedom and liberty for all, but he had a whole damn field full of slaves. And he's one of the greatest heroes of all time, according to
he never told
the public.
He never told a lie.
Yeah, you know what I mean. He chopped down a cherry tree, all this crap. You know what I mean. But yeah, I mean, men aren't perfect. You know what I mean. But sometimes when they got the vision and they got the goal, there are little things that they do on the side. Don't have anything to do with what we're trying to accomplish. You know what I mean.
Yeah, he shouldn't have publicly put that out there.
But I mean, I don't think that's a reason to kill a man, no. But then again, is it?
But do you think it was them? I
don't think it was them at all.
I find it hard to believe. After seeing and knowing what we know about this government, you can't put nothing past them. I wouldn't put it past. I mean, they had 9 people infiltrating the movement.
They had 9 agents
at the
in the Audubon ballroom that day. 9 agents.
Ones, yeah, so
he didn't even know his right hand man was a damn NYPD informant.
And mouth to mouth.
I mean, he was surrounded by informants.
He wasn't protected.
You know what I mean?
He wasn't protected.
He was being protected by the NYPD on the low.
So he wasn't protected.
Right.
They said after he got shot, they was in that joint like, yeah, clean this shit up. We got to dance later on today.
Yeah. But I mean, that's what you're dealing with here. Like, so, and then the fact that they covered up the fact that they knew the guy William X actually shot Malcolm X. I mean, that guy screams agent to me all the way. Agent.
I kind of feel bad for his family. Felt bad for his family, like watching it, and you could see like at one point they was interviewing his wife.
Yeah, she cannoned like a G. She had nothing to say.
Stone cold.
She had nothing to say.
She's stone cold, and it was just like. But at the same time, everything he had was through the NOI.
Yeah.
So when he lost his home, when he lost his salary, lost.
But those are things that you got to realize before you just
bite off the hand of
right. I mean, like, I don't understand for the life of me how you figure you're going to go out here to CBS, tell this man business on CBS and expect to keep your house. Like, that's crazy. I mean, these are the things people aren't being objective about. They're just, like I said, they hold Malcolm X as this Christ-like figure, like he can do no wrong, when he did a lot of wrong.
Yeah, but...
And not wrong, like, towards the people, but just in his dealings with Elijah Muhammad, he did a lot of things that I would consider wrong. Because he didn't handle it like the way you're supposed to handle it as a man. You don't go running and telling somebody business.
So how you think he should have handled it? So, okay, he was told to be quiet. Be quiet for 90 days, come back and do what you do. Or do you know these things about your leader and your leader is teaching everybody everything?
I don't care.
He did. Because one of the things about Malcolm was he was known to be one of the most disciplined.
Bro, put it to you like this, man. Sometimes you just have to let things play out. If I'm the number 2 man and this guy's running around here doing all this crazy shit, eventually it's going to come out. And after it comes out, guess who's next up? Me. And I didn't have to tell on him. He told on himself. I mean, you the number 2 man.
That's an interesting perspective.
All I can do is look at this dude and shake my head like, damn, this dude tripping.
And just keep on going with the flow.
I mean, I'll pull him to the side like, yo, bro, you might want to tighten up a little bit, this and but I'm not going to go tell the public. Like, that's crazy.
Do you think they knew how much they were being watched? Like, how much?
I definitely think they knew. Because like they said, anytime somebody asked Elijah Muhammad about Malcolm X, he was like, don't touch him. Don't touch him. He said,
no
don't touch him. Whether he wanted somebody to touch him or not, he was like, don't touch him. Because he's an older, wiser man. That's what a lot of people don't understand.
The mind is stronger than your body.
This man was telling Malcolm X the right shit. Yeah. Like he didn't want to hear it because Malcolm X had to be in your face and tell you how it is, which is cool. But like when you're trying to steer a political movement to that magnitude, because they weren't just about converting people to Muslims. They
weren't. They were businesses. They were having
right. Because even he was, he was even telling them like, yo, like, don't go at Dr. King like that, man. You need to big the dude up, like.
Right. Don't do it publicly. You should never out your brother.
Relax, like, bro, relax.
Yeah.
So I mean, that just goes to show you how like they really played that generation. The government played them like a damn fish.
It was new though, because it's no different from like when they had the war on drugs. A lot of niggas didn't even realize what they was doing was quote unquote illegal. They was just making money, so they didn't realize they're being tapped. They didn't realize the police are following. They didn't realize all this stuff was going on. So it's the same thing. It was new. So now it's just like the movements kind of have to be. I just truly think if any change has to happen, it has to happen underground. Like it can't be out there.
I mean, even if it doesn't, I just think we have to all move simultaneously. Like everybody doesn't have to agree, but like whatever route you're trying to go to get to this goal, just go on that route. Because the more routes we have going to the goal, the better off we are.
But that's one of our problems. If you take another route, then the motherfucker trying to take your own head off. You got to do it this way. You got to think like me. You got to do this.
Things just don't have to be done like that. If we don't agree, fine.
Yeah, because I don't agree with half the shit you say, but we still move.
That's because you're an idiot. But anyway, what else we got going on? Trump versus Bloomberg. What do you think?
Battle of billionaires. I think it's a fucking joke.
Who you got your money on?
Trump.
Yeah, I got my money on Trump too. Bloomberg got more money than Trump.
Yeah, but Trump got the people.
Yeah. I don't
his
know
people, not the people.
I don't know what these Democrats are doing, man. Like the state of their party is a complete joke. Like their frontman Biden did horrible in the Iowa caucus, did horrible in New Hampshire last night. You got Bernie the bigot Sanders, and Sweet Pete Buttigieg, the front runners.
Hey, I just think it's hilarious. Most billionaires run independent. These jokers have taken it upon themselves to say, look, I'm going to take the Democratic Party, you take the Republican Party. Now you just got money fighting. It's just a money fight at this point. And at the end of the day, like people get mad at me for saying I don't care to vote right now. And it's really because what am I getting out of this? Either way, I got to find a way.
I mean, I would say, I wouldn't say.
I'm talking about
nationally.
I can care less about the national vote. I work with politicians on a grassroots level, so I mean, like, as far as people being so emotionally vested in this, I have no emotion. I really don't care who's at that top seat. It's not going to affect.
Well, I care.
I really don't care.
For what it's worth, I care who's at the top seat because, believe it or not, you can put pressure on these people and you can get what you want out of them.
Presidential?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, look what Dr. King did. Now, granted, when they signed the Civil Rights Act, when they signed the Civil Rights Act that he pushed for, the last minute they changed up the wording because it was supposed to be black, but then they changed it up to minorities, and anybody with a missing toe can just get affirmative action.
Minority, I got missing 9 toes.
You know what I mean? So they ruined it in that way, but at the same time, look at the pressure that they put on the government.
Yeah, they put pressure on the government.
Even with the boycotts and all of that, they changed laws like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so I definitely think who's in office matters because they signed the laws. So you can't just ignore that process.
Can't ignore that process. You're right. And Martin Luther King and Malcolm did what they had to do. And I think back to kind of what you were saying. That's why because you don't agree with the way you're doing it, you don't out them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, that nigga was down that joint facing the most vile type of people in the South. And to disparage what he did, even though you have another way.
Right. Now, I definitely agree with Malcolm X. Like I'm not with I'm not with all that marching and singing and Dr.
Yeah, you don't
Dre.
have to be.
That was crazy to me. Like
You don't have to be, but Stokely Carmichael wasn't either, but he marched side by side with Martin Luther King. And Stokely Carmichael put up the Black Fist, and we're talking Black Power, right next to Martin Luther King. But in it shows, and Stokely Carmichael was younger at the time. King started when he was young. Sometimes we got to be okay with passing the torch. Some people hold on too goddamn long.
Yeah, that's
hold on too goddamn long in the youth. The energy is in the youth. And I think too many of us, when we get in our 40s, we're trying to do what we wanted to do in our 20s, and
No, that's a fact. That's definitely a fact.
So when Stokely came, I thought that was a good example of how we could work together.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Stokely, Mike, and Martin.
I mean, and when you speak on like older generations, like not willing to accept the youth, I think that's something that we see a lot in our community right now. Like with this baby boomer generation and the top half of the Generation X, like that 50 and older branch of Generation X, like I think they're like dinosaurs when we talk about politics.
I think they're used to a certain way, and I think they have a hard time passing the torch, like I'm talking about. They'll rather talk shit about our generation. Like you hear so much talk about, oh, the young don't know shit. Well, nigga, you dropped the baton and we had to pick it up and run with it.
First of all,
and I don't mean no disrespect to none of them, because there are.
Oh yeah,
because they.
I mean, my mother and father are baby boomers.
But I'm saying a lot of them are easily offended, and they find it disrespect when you talk against them. This is not disrespect. This is literally looking at what happened. Like our grandparents.
Who marched, left houses and everything.
Our grandparents who at least somewhat organized, that generation organized things, and they got things moving, and the baby boomers took that and just smoked it up.
Now,
I mean, think about it though.
Yeah.
This is no disrespect to the baby boomers, right? But let's look at the timeline of their existence, right? Post-civil rights era.
Right.
So they're taking advantage of all these new things that black people can get into and do, right? So everything's all good, right?
Right.
What do? Start smoking up everything in sight.
Now, we know where that came from, though. So now?
No, let me finish.
Look at it objectively.
Let me finish.
We can't put it past.
Let me finish.
All right, go ahead.
And I'm only saying that because of the way they talk about our generation and younger, about how they do this and they don't pull up their pants and they listen to this rap music and blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's talk about what y'all did and what y'all fell for. Y'all smoked everything up. Y'all did all the damn drugs under the sun, right? In your early 20s to early 30s.
Cleaned up in the 40s or made it.
Then when you got in your mid 30s, early 40s, right? You tried to fake clean yourselves up, right? Right. And then what did you do? Right? Your lack of political sense, you fell for the biggest dupe of all time,
which was
Bill Clinton playing the saxophone. So you voted for Bill Clinton. You sold us all out. You got us. You got to sit straight to the mass. You had a good time smoking crack in the crack era. Then when you got older, you sold us out to Bill Clinton and got us all locked up. You pretty much handed us off to the mass incarceration era.
That was the baton?
That was the baton. Here you go. Take your ass to jail.
Objectively.
And what I'm saying, I'm not saying it's there. I'm not saying this is what they wanted, but this is the result of their actions. This is the result of, the route they decided to take.
This is a conversation that needs to be had.
Hold up. I just thought of something while I was saying that.
What?
Not only did they sell us out in the mass incarceration, they also got gentrification kicked off. All the property that they got handed, they gave it away.
Yeah, it's a lot that happened with that generation, and they have a lot to say, but
I mean, literally, they really don't have the right to say anything about anyone right now because all we're trying to do is survive.
Yeah, I'm tired of surviving, and I think too many of us are surviving. I think the difference between our generation and the generations previous, I think we are the first generation that's taking it upon ourselves to say, you know what, we need money to really change the situation. You have more entrepreneurs now. You have more people understanding the importance of careers. You have more people now understanding the importance of family. Truth be told, the numbers might tell you that families are falling apart, but
I agree with you on the family situation.
You look around, our families are getting much stronger.
They are, but They're getting broker though.
Yeah, they're getting broker, but that's what I'm saying. You have to have family. First, you got to start with yourself. Start with your individual family. Start with your community. But at the end of the day, we have to get to a situation where our money is starting to speak. I think we're.
How do you get there?
Leave the politics alone and focus on getting.
Bro, you cannot leave politics alone if you think you're gonna have a shot at any type of wealth.
Politics is already controlled. Now it depends.
But the wealth is controlled.
True.
The wealth is already controlled.
So what do you do? Just sit down?
You have to use your only leverage.
What's
now,
that?
I'm not saying that you shouldn't continue to build businesses and work on your money. You should always do that.
Right.
That shouldn't even be a question, right? But the only leverage we have as an ethnic group right now is our voting block, because we decide winners and losers. That's it. That's all we have. We decide the winners and losers.
Locally.
No. Locally and nationally.
So, okay.
I made this point.
No. Yeah, you did. You did. And you made that point. It was a good point. And then what I've seen since you made that point is a lot of Bloomberg commercials. You listen to the radio and literally.
All he's doing is pandering to black people.
Oh my God. It's sickening.
He even offered a reparation package that was way too low. He said like $70 billion or some crap like that.
He had a commercial I heard this morning, and it was like, if I were a black man, this probably wouldn't happen. I was like, what?
I'm telling you. What they don't want to admit, and what I keep telling people, is that they need our vote, but they don't want to give us nothing. But they need the vote.
So how do we leverage that?
We just starve them until you have to come out and say, I'm going to give you this, and it's going to be specifically for you.
All right. What if the Republican Party comes and says, you know what, the Democrats have been...
Then they got my vote.
So you...
Simple.
Where we get something from? Why are we going to support something if we don't get nothing out of it?
Right.
Because we're continuously supporting them like whores.
Right. But see...
Just to talk like this, just to talk like
this.
It's
still a strategic move, right? We have to think strategically, because there's no need for us to put pressure on Republicans, because they don't need us, to be honest with you. To be quite frankly, they don't need us, right?
They don't.
The Democrats need us, right? So if we continue to starve the Democrats of our vote, first of all, that's going to collapse. That's going to collapse the whole political system, because you need two parties, because you got to place the blame on somebody.
We need more than two parties.
What I'm saying is,
but where we are now,
right? If there's only one party, the American political system crashes, because everybody can point the finger at one group. There's no way to hide the blame.
But then aren't you moving towards like an oligarchy situation if you just have one party?
That won't work in America. It's too many guns. It won't work. It won't work.
You can take my dead guns from crime from my dead.
The average American can point at one group of people as the problem. That one group of people will be ousted, and the whole thing goes down just like that. So you gotta have Democrats and Republicans, because you gotta be able to play on the people's minds.
And then they'll throw a Green Party in there.
Green Party's a joke, but you get what I'm saying. So if you put pressure on the Democrats and you say, look, we're not gonna vote for you if you don't give us what we want. All we want is what we're owed.
So
give
basically,
us what we're owed, we'll leave all of y'all alone.
So that's okay. So you're kind of in a way, but not in a way, alluding to what I'm actually saying. Like when I say right now, I really don't care, because I don't feel the need to. I don't see anybody that will. No, I don't see anybody that will do anything for us in this entire election right now.
I agree,
but I see so many of us arguing against Trump.
Stupid.
So because we're arguing against Trump, we're just automatically going to give the Democratic Party our vote.
And people are so stupid.
And people are telling you, you got to go vote to get Trump out of office.
I don't care about getting Trump out of office. I don't care.
It's and you know, people will hear this and be like, "Oh, you guys are Trump supporters." No, it's not that. It's just there is no one giving us anything.
This is my only thing, and when I go back and forth with people, I beg them, yo, why don't you just look at these people's records? Okay, it's clear. Trump is a racist and an asshole, right? But the only thing Trump does, or has done, like on a massive level, racist, is just run his mouth.
Talk shit.
The top Democrats have all been involved in racist policies that directly affect African Americans.
But they're the party for Africa.
Joe Biden with the 86 Drug Abuse Act, when he made crack cocaine way more like higher on the punishment scale than powder cocaine. Then when you got the 94 Crime Act that Joe Biden wrote, where all of these niggas went to jail, like, this guy enacted policies to ruin your family.
Yeah.
Like, literally ruin your family.
Trump was in rap videos back then.
Right. What I'm saying is this guy made policies to ruin your family, and you're telling me that I need to vote for him over Trump? But Trump hasn't done any of that to me. He just talks shit. Yeah. And he's kind of funny.
It is kind of hilarious watching it. He's literally the biggest troll.
Nobody to this day can tell me what the man has done besides your tax return. What has the man done to significantly ruin your life?
He just keep talking shit. And you can't, I don't like none of the shit he talks. That's why I really don't care. But it's just, I have gotten to the point with, as far as the executive branch of government, I don't care at this point.
Yeah. You look at Bloomberg with, stop and frisk. Yeah. And he's on tape talking about put all the police in the black neighborhood. Come on, he's crazy. None of these clowns are going to get our vote. Like, that's why there's no electricity. There's no electricity in the Democratic, primaries. There's no electricity because nobody cares. No candidate has any fire behind them.
They don't. Bernie had it.
Bernie has a half a flame, but like
Bernie had a flame previously, but they let they let Hillary. They wanted Hillary so bad that they had the only person that
they cheated him out.
Yeah, they could have. But Bernie's just not realistic, though. To be honest,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
First of all, Bernie's an asshole. When you gonna spend them? You say reparations isn't feasible, but you want to pay off everybody's student loans. Get out of here.
And get out of here. Everyone has health care for free.
Right. You're a clown.
You know what's funny about like Bernie, like, and this is what I'm saying. Like, I was looking at an interview with him the other day, and they specifically was asking him.
With the black lady asked him, like, what are you going to do for Africa?
No, not even that one. This was an interview with a white guy. They said, okay, well, let me play devil's advocate, and they talked about all this stuff and all his policies and all the things he wants to do. And they asked him, well, Bernie, how do you plan on? You're talking about spending. Because he was talking about how Trump raised the spending. And he said, he never answered the question. He couldn't answer how he's going to pay for it. Because in order to pay for all the stuff he wants, man, you think your taxes are the fuck.
And this is my thing. Like, he's doing all of this talking about paying off people's student loans.
Okay, I'm not.
Pause 1 second.
That was the babies.
So he's doing all this talking about paying off people's student loans and all this crap. Well, what about the people who didn't go out here and enter themselves into all these crazy loans? What about the people who didn't?
Yeah, but I can't.
What about the people who didn't?
Yeah, I don't have student loans. You don't have student loans.
Right now, the student loan is, I think it's like $1.6 trillion out of a $70 trillion like debt, national debt. Student loan is 1.6 trillion, which is a significant percentage, considering all the different things that you could be in debt for.
Now, what's crazy?
It's second to home mortgages. It's second to home mortgages. That's crazy.
That's crazy. And some nations have free education.
Right. Student loan debt is second to home mortgages.
We live in the United Corporations of America, and the schools and the education system is part of the corporations, just like the dairy is part of the corporation system, just like the food and drug administration. It's all a corporation, so it's all ways to make money. Period. That's what this is.
So we'll see what they do. They're gonna wipe out student debt. I doubt it, but
I would like to see Bloomberg and Trump get in a ring and box it out.
It'd be a bad fight.
Who you think? Who you taking?
2 bananas. Which one is gonna go stale quicker?
Battle of the billionaires, man. Because it's amazing to me. Trump, billionaire, has middle America as if he even connects to him, which he doesn't. He says what they want to say. Bloomberg, billionaire, has Wall Street, Bloomberg Report, and all the. Basically, the rich people are now like, okay, Trump, all right, buddy, it's a lot of money being being around here. So the Democrats say, okay, we got our billionaire.
But he's not going to work.
No one knows.
The Democrats think that this is 1996, and all you have to do is just march some clown out here and take him to your church and get people to vote. People read stuff now.
Yeah, it's at your fingertips.
There's information everywhere. Like you can't just keep pulling these clowns out of the closet and like, yo, vote for him.
We've seen the tricks before. Your husband played the saxophone and you poured hot sauce out your bag.
Oh my God!
In the Beyonce reference. Like,
the only reason why they still think that this stuff works is because of all of these daggone bougie black folks on television who just irk my nerves. These black celebrities, man.
I don't even think it's the black celebrities. I just think
not all of them. But what I'm saying is, I'm saying these media personalities that don't really represent what the average person is going through.
What Trump showed is this is a popularity contest.
Yep.
We live in a populist society. Everybody, the influence. I mean, that's why influencers are so important now, because it's all about who has the most influence. And if you got a lot of influence and I put some money in your pockets, just tell everybody you like me.
Yeah.
It's advertisement. We live in a society because everybody's in here, and everybody you can pay to get something trending. And all I got to do is put some money behind this candidate and how much money they're doing. There you have it. It don't have nothing to do with policies anymore. It don't have nothing to do with what is objective to obtain. It's literally how much money you can pay for advertisements to stay in people's minds, and who can you find to endorse you. This branch of government now is just, it's actually a joke.
Yeah. It's a serious joke.
It's actually, and people take it so serious and they get so emotionally vested in it.
They don't even understand the real laws are getting passed. Like, Democrats and Republicans actually agree on a lot more than what you think.
Yeah, watch C-SPAN. It's a little different than Fox News and MSNBC and CNN.
They're passing laws all day, every day.
Not paying attention, man. Not paying attention. We're waiting for fucking the next candidate to be on the Breakfast Club. No disrespect.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for Bloomberg to come on the Breakfast Club and talk about how he's down.
Maybe he'll do an interview with Gayle.
I bet she won't bring up his past.
Speaking of Gayle, do you stand with Gayle?
Do I stand with her?
Do you stand with Gayle?
What do you mean? Like,
that's the popular hashtag out. That's the hashtag that's out. I stand with Gayle. All the bootlickers are saying it.
They stand with...
I stand with Gayle. That's the hashtag for bootlickers.
I'll just say this. Kobe Bryant was not Kobe Bryant was not convicted of rape. And O.J. Simpson was not convicted of murder. Just like when a police officer may kill someone, they're not convicted and we're told to get over it. So they should get over Kobe's accusation, because he wasn't even found guilty or not guilty. The woman didn't show up because she wasn't raped in the first place.
Right.
So to keep bringing up rape allegations, it's just allegations. I could say Halle Berry raped me. Doesn't make it true.
Well, if you were a woman, it'd be true.
I have feelings. Me too.
But nah, I think the whole situation is ridiculous, man. This woman disrespected a dead man who died with his dead daughter, and now she's running around here acting like the victim because somebody cussed you out.
Snoop cussed. I mean, do you agree with how Snoop said?
I wholeheartedly agree with what Snoop said.
He said, "Dog face."
I mean, listen. If you hadn't disrespected a dead man, this wouldn't have happened to you. It wouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't get it. Like, you can't you throwing stones and you want to hide your hand.
Now, I guess, so the people that are standing with her, are they saying she was just doing her job as a journalist? Because if you look...
No, it's Al Sharpton.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Ta-Nehisi Coates. They did these type of jokers, man. Roland Martin.
Because if you look at it from a journalistic perspective, she asked a question. Now, I respect Lisa Leslie for the way she handled the question.
Right.
But from a journalistic perspective. She asked a question. Lisa handled it. Should she have asked the question?
Did you think so? It's the follow-up that I have a problem with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But she said, you have the right to ask any question you want. And we have the right to react to your questions
because when she said it went to court and nothing happened, though. She said, well, that's because she didn't show up, or that's because it was thrown out.
No, she said that's because she didn't want to testify.
She didn't want to testify, as if she was now.
So I'm like, well, why do you think she didn't want to testify?
Because she had several.
Because if she would have went to court, they would have ruined her reputation. They would have all been on record.
All in all, Kobe Bryant died a great family man, a great husband, and a great father. He died taking his daughter to a basketball game, and as a family man myself, I have nothing but the utmost respect for him, because there are a lot of athletes out here that do a lot of shit, and you take and try to tarnish someone that was actually positive. I don't like it.
Right. And then it's also the fact that, you know, she valiantly defended. Valiantly, whatever this damn coffee was getting to me. Defended Charlie Rose and Les Moonves and all of them guys up at CBS and all of these other media personalities who have been raping women for years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this is on record. So, you know, all that crying she doing, you know, nobody want to hear that shit, man.
At the end of the day, he's 6'7", comes from Philly.
What does that have to do with anything?
Everything.
I'm not sure why I gave you the bell, but for something's telling me you deserve the bell for that. Something's telling me.
Oh man.
But anyway, other than that, man, what else you got?
I'm good, man. I mean, that's all we're going to talk about. We just don't want to be invisible men.
Right.
Right now, I'm reading The Invisible Man by Ralph Ellison. I read it when I was younger, but I didn't have the ears that I have now.
Right.
So now, I want to read it from the perspective of a grown man. Okay. Ralph Ellison, The Invisible Man. Check it out.
Got you. So listen, people, don't forget to like and share this video. If you're on Facebook, hit the like button, share the video, leave a comment or whatever. If you're on YouTube, by the way, the people on Facebook, our YouTube page is Straight Talk, no chase. Straight Talk, no chase. Other than that, like I said, man, had some technical difficulties yesterday, so we just wanted to come back at you today, talk about a few things that's been going on. You can catch us next Thursday at 9 p.m.
On the dot. We'll
be starting on time. Hopefully we got all the kinks worked out, and
we'll see from this too.
Right. Other than that, man,
enjoy.
See you when we see you.